We wind through them quickly. Cow Lane, Pheasant Court, Goose Alley. All the streets in this area have funny names like this, originating from when the square at Tyburn was used for herding livestock. Now it's used for a different kind of slaughter. The streets are deserted, as they always are on a burning day. Those who aren't watching the burnings are at Ravenscourt Palace protesting them, or at any one of Upminster's taverns trying to forget them. It's a risk, making an arrest today. We risk the crowds, we risk being seen. If we were arresting an ordinary witch, we probably wouldn't risk it at all. But this is no ordinary arrest. Caleb pulls me into an empty doorway. Ready? Of course, I smile. He grins back. Pointy things at the ready, then? I reach under my cloak and pull out my sword. Caleb nods in approval. The guards are waiting for us down on Pheasant, and, just in case, I've got Marcus posted on Goose and Linus covering Cow. A pause. God, these street names are stupid. I stifle a laugh. I know, but I won't need their help. I'll be fine. If you say so. Caleb reaches into his pocket and pulls out a single crown. He pinches the coin between his fingers and then holds it in front of my face. Shall we say the usual, then? I scoff. You wish. I've got 5 times the quarry, so that's 5 times the bounty. Plus, these are necromancers, which means there's at least 1 corpse, a bunch of blood, a pile of bones. That's a sovereign at least, you cheapskate. Caleb laughs. You drive a hard bargain, Grey. Fine, let's make it 2 sovereigns and drinks after. Deal? Deal. I give him my hand, but instead of shaking it, he kisses it. My stomach does a funny little tumble, and I can feel warmth rush into my cheeks. But he doesn't seem to notice. He just shoves the coin back into his pocket, then pulls a dagger from his belt and flips it into the air, catching it deftly. Good. Now let's get going. These necromancers aren't going to arrest themselves, you know. We edge along the front of the houses, our footsteps squelching softly in the mud. Finally, we reach the one we're looking for. It looks like all the others. A dingy white plaster thing with a wooden door covered in peeling red paint. But unlike all the others, given what's on the other side, the wizards I usually catch are still alive, still corporeal. Not so today. My stomach tightens in the familiar way it does before an arrest. Part thrill, part nerves, part fear. I'll kick it open, but you go in first, Caleb tells me. Take charge of it. It's your capture. Sword up and out. Don't lower it, not for a second. And read the arrest warrant straight away. I know. I don't know why he's telling me this. Not my first time, remember? I do, but this won't be like the others. They won't be like the others. Get in and get out, nothing fancy. And no more mistakes, okay? I can't keep covering for you. I think of all the things I've done wrong in the past month. The witch I chased down the alley who nearly got away. The chimney I got stuck in trying to find a hidden cache of spell books. The cottage I stormed that didn't house wizards brewing potions, but a pair of aged friars brewing ale. They're just a few mistakes, true. But I don't make mistakes. At least, I didn't used to. Okay. I raise my sword, my sweaty hands slipping off the hilt. I quickly wipe them on my cloak. Caleb draws his leg back and slams his foot against the door. It smashes open, and I burst into the house. Inside are the 5 necromancers I'm looking for, huddled around a fire in the center of the room. There's a large cauldron perched above the flames, a foul-smelling pink smoke billowing from the top. Each of them wears a long, tattered brown robe, and oversized hoods conceal their faces. They stand there, moaning and chanting and holding bones, either arm bones or a very small person's leg bones, and shaking them like a bunch of damned Mongol shamans. I might laugh if I weren't so disgusted. I circle around them, my sword pointed in their direction. Hermes Trismegistus, Ostones the Persian, Olympiodorus of Thebes. I stop, feeling like an idiot. These